All right. So this week has been a big week in racing so far. Well, in the racing community, I should say. Um, DGR Crosley is like announcing their driver lineup this year in like different series of that organization. Yesterday, it was announced that Tanner Gray, who is a pro stock like NHRA champion, um, is now going to be running full time with DGR Crosley in the 15 truck. So that's pretty exciting. Um, he had a few starts with DGR Crosley just this past season, which is awesome. He has great potential. He's been running in the K&N series, I think the K&N series East or the ARCA series. One of those two. And now he's going to be running full time in trucks, which is awesome. Today, big news, as you can tell by the shirt I'm wearing today. I just changed because for this particular reason, um, just for this video, I should say. My girl Hailie Deegan switching over to Ford, which is honestly a better move for her because Toyota is so jam packed with incredible talent, but it's just there's just too many drivers in their stable right now. There's no seats like available at all in any of the series because they're all full. So plus um, the Deegan family has a history with um, Ford when it comes to Brian Deegan, the dad, the pretty much the stable of the racing competitiveness of that family. So it's pretty much just it was just wait and see at this point. But they made the announcement this morning that well, not this morning, but like where they are like this afternoon, that Hailie will be part of the DGR Crosley camp in the ARCA series full time, running all 20 races plus select like IMSA races. So that's going to be really cool. She's going to be running the number 4 Monster Energy Ford Fusion, which is going to be insane because the K&N series and it's like merging together and like there's going to be a large lineup of amazing talent on track next season. So it's not just going to be like K&N series and ARCA. It's just going to be all like one series together. So it's just going to be the ARCA Menard series. So I feel like that's going to be really, really interesting and a lot of fun to watch. People are mainly the male dominated like fan base. Well, not all of males, but a good majority of them are being really stereotypical and sexist. People are just assuming that she's going to wreck and it's not going to be worth their time to have her in that seat. And that she's just going to be another Danica. I'm like, not all female racers need to be compared to the failure that was Danica. Okay? Danica wrecked all the time because she was not built for NASCAR. She was an open wheel driver who came over NASCAR thinking she could make it, but she didn't. She didn't do shit except one pole and no top 5s and only 7 top 10s for how long she's been in the series. But this girl is like Hailie Deegan. She's the real deal. Yeah, she's been with Toyota for a long time, for several years. And she just shows through her social media interactions with her fans and just showing how much work she puts into her racing. Like she focuses so much on racing, it's ridiculous. She races in anything that she can get her hands on, and so she can just be prepped and ready. She trains literally every single day. That girl is insane. I would not want to piss her off. So, and she's 18 years old. She's a decade younger than me, and I feel like she'd kick my ass. So, but she has so much freaking potential, and some men don't see that, and they just think, oh, she's a female, she can't race, she's gonna be crap.
but the people need to realize she's just not another pretty face. Yeah, she's pretty. She's a young teenage girl racing in with the big boys, but realize watching her race, she doesn't take crap from anybody. She just wants to race and perform well. She puts in the work, unlike Danica, unlike freaking Decker, who gets too much screen time for God knows what reason. She's terrible. Sorry, Decker fans, but it's the truth. She sucks at everything she does when it comes to racing. Only her pretty face is getting her this far, and money. But she's just like right now the stable for female drivers. Like Deegan is like the female, like the stable for top of the stable when it comes to female drivers in the racing community right now. She's the one who's like showing that if you work hard enough and you can bust your butt a little bit, you can perform well and get in good equipment like DGR Crosley and or be with Toyota or Ford or whatever, and have Monster like as a sponsor, or Napa, IK9, whatever. I know it's like a thing where females are looked down upon when it comes to sponsors because they don't want to take a risk, and it's just like it's time for that to change a little bit. This is like a huge step in her racing career, and people are like, we don't need to be rushing her. We don't need to start calling her Jesus because the way we talk about her is like the way we talk about her has nothing to do with being like the second coming of Jesus. We don't think of her that way. We just, as fans, we're excited to have an actual female presence in the racing community that's actually performing at a level that we expected out of Danica, but we never got. Danica didn't put in the work to be a race car driver. She's put in the work to take a next step in her own personal gain of her life, like fitness and yoga, whatever. But Deegan, she puts in the work. She's like every sponsor's dream. Like Monster is insanely gifted to have this girl. Like they're like, and Napa is an IK9. All these people who need to be sponsoring her need to like jump on board because this girl is insanely good. Like, so switching to Ford is such a great move because with Ford, there's so much like she can do within that stable, because with TRD, you can't really do much besides just pavement and all that. Just the strict, like, you're going to race and do this, this, and this. Like Ford, you can do dirt, you can do whatever series you really want to do and like experiment. Because they got like a variety of drivers that are like go through dirt and pavement and like came from different varieties of like racing, and it's insane. So I feel like she has more opportunity with Ford than any other, well, except Chevy, but like than TRD. Like TRD is just packed full, and there's just no way she can get any seat time or like anything moving forward because they have so much talent within the TRD camp. It's just, I think it's a lot better to move to Ford where she can expand on her racing experience and gain experience. And people need to realize she knows her path of her career that she wants to take. She's not rushing it. She's already said she doesn't want to rush. She wants to take time, gain experience, move at her own pace. People are acting like we're pressuring her and this and that. I'm like, no, we're just excited for her that this step is being taken. Because when I heard that Ford like was moving over with like DGR Crosley was moving over to Ford, and there was like rumors of Hailie moving with it, is like was a huge deal. So but she will be running full-time at ARCA. If she picks up some truck races, that'd be freaking fantastic. But right now they're fully focused on the full ARCA season and the IMSA races. That's my nephew. But this is just a huge, huge move, not only for the racing community, but for Hailie and her racing career. I feel like she'll do extremely well, but we need to try to think of the expectations that we have. Don't set them way too high, but don't set them too low either. They just put them right there. I feel like it'll be a little bit of a challenge, but from what her best finish this past season when she was running some ARCA races was 5th at Lucas Oil Speedway or something like that. So she can do pretty well if she applies herself the way that she's been doing, just a lot more. So it's just male fans realize female drivers aren't bad. Because they can show that they can run with the guys. You complained about her wrecking people or just moving them out of the way and this, and I'm like, did you guys complain when Earnhardt did that shit and Bush does it now and all the other current male drivers do that now, use their bumper, move people out of the way, be aggressive? That's what she's doing, but you're only putting it down and complaining because she's a female in a male dominated sport. If this was any other driver, you guys would not be complaining about being moved out of the way, using a bumper, the bump and run, or whatever. So, may I help you? You're kind of noisy. Anyway, but it's time to open our minds to female drivers, especially Hailie Deegan, because she is the future of what the sport can be. It's insane how good she is. I wish I had the drive that she has when it comes to fitness and health and whatever, and still be able to perform on track as well as she does. So congrats, Hailie, on the big move and the step up in your career. I see great things happening for you. So far that's happening. Let's go kick 2020's ass and show the big boys that you can compete just as hard as they can, and let's ruffle some feathers this year. So, and she's going to be running the number 4 again, the number 4 Ford Fusion in the ARCA Menard series full time and select IMSA races. So I'm super excited for the 2020 season because big things are happening. So, and I also want to say NASCAR's reviewing Chase's season and all that, and some people are just can't ever admit that Chase actually had a good season. Top 10 wise, it wasn't that great. It was top, he got 15 top 10s, which is 6 less than he did last year. But granted, yes, there were some DNFs this past season and mechanical failures and whatnot, but overall his laps led was way better than any other season. He matched his ranking, finishing ranking from his rookie season, 10th. He has not been out of the top 10 in overall points at all in his Cup career so far. And 2020 is just gonna be, I feel even better for him because of the newer style of the Camaro next year. And people say he took a step backwards and this and that. I'm like, no, it really wasn't. He actually took a step forward. He still got 3 wins, which is freaking hard to do in the Cup Series these days. May I help you? You are noisy. You're noisy. I'll come get you in a minute. But any driver with lesser equipment or whatever driver it may be without any wins would kill for 3. Kill for that kind of season, to have 3 wins, over 600 laps led, and dominating at pretty much the 2 road courses that they had this past season.
Like, it's crazy how good this kid is, but people don't want to admit that he's actually good at what he does. They just want to say, oh, he's overrated. He's this, he's that. I'm like, you can say what you want, but whatever you say, it's going to be wrong because stats say otherwise. He had a great season. He may not think it was like super great, but overall, he had a really good season. Like top 10 in points again. Another 3 wins. So he has 6 wins in his career. 8 or 9 polls, like career polls. It's just he matched his top 5s from like last year and I think the year before, but I'm not entirely sure. So it's just time to accept that Chase is actually good at racing and not just Bill Elliott's son, because he's far from that right now. Like he's making a name for himself, just like Hailie Deegan is making a name for herself. She's not just Brian Deegan's daughter. She's kicking ass. Like the whole family kicks ass at life and competition and whatever. So, I have to take this hat off. So anyway, I know I look like garbage right now, but I don't care. Anyway, super happy for Hailie. That's my girl, and let's have a kick-ass 2020 season.